you've went up to 155, competed at the top of the division. Now Volkanovski's talking about maybe, it's my turn. Maybe I should go up there and fight for the title. You know what I mean? I think if the situation, twists and turns a certain
I'll tell
way.
you right now, Cobb, couldn't make 45 if I wanted to. Couldn't make 45 if I wanted to, baby.
Now you're gonna have people writing up all kinds of stuff like Dan's never going back to 145. It's over for him.
Hey,
Now he's gonna be at
couldn't
185.
if I wanted to.
Yeah.
We hulking, we broken. Volk can fight at 55 for sure. Volk can fight at 55. It just has to be worth it. You know what I mean? Like he's a champion. Why would a champion move up and just fight? You know what I mean? He'd move up for a title shot, and if things get a bit messy in the division or things get a bit slow, I don't see why not. You know what I mean? I don't see why that's not a strong possibility for him.
I think it is a very strong possibility if Holloway doesn't step up to whatever challenge that they put in front of him against Volkanovski. I think Volkanovski said he wants to be back by the end of the summer, and most likely against Holloway. But if that doesn't happen, yeah, I believe that he should, even if it's not for the title. But if a champion's gonna go up, they gotta fight for the title, right? It's not like, why would you go up and fight somebody that's, if you're holding the belt at 145, why would you go up and fight somebody that's not holding the belt?
It's gotta make sense. You know what I mean?
It does gotta make sense, but
yeah, I think like that's that Volk beats Holloway for a third time like that. You beat a guy 3 times, like that's, come on. You got to beat a guy 4 times. You know what I mean? Like you prove. I don't care how close the damn thing is. You beat him 3 times. You've proved you're the better fighter. You're hands down, signed, sealed, delivered. You proved it. And I feel like he beats Holloway. He's like answered for a third time. He's answered every question he could possibly have at 45. Obviously, new contenders are going to develop, but to develop a new contender takes a bit of time. So I feel like, man, after that next Holloway fight, I feel like there'll be a real question that starts to get asked, like, what can Volk do at 55?
What does that, man, you beat somebody 3 times. What do they have to do to even just get another shot at fighting you? You know what I mean? Like, that's, even fighting somebody 3 times after losing twice is difficult to do, to jump in that position. But Max has done it, right? He's went out there and won fights and stuff like that. So, I don't mind seeing it. I don't know. At 155, who do you think would be like a really like solid matchup for Volk? I mean, you've trained with him, you've been around him, you've fought the best of the division. What would be like just a great fight? I'm not saying like he would go in there with all the advantages or whatever, just a great matchup.
Any of them, really. I think he could beat any of them, any of the top guys in that at 55. I think I feel like he can beat them. I just think it's got to be worth it. That's all I'm saying.
The next title fight is Gaethje versus Oliveira. So if Volk does go up, he'd have to fight the winner of that one, right? Because whoever wins or loses, I feel like it's not going to get a rematch. They're just going to move on with the division most likely. And man, I would love to see Gaethje versus Volkanovski, man. I think
that's a great fight. That's a fight I think Volkanovski walks away with.
And I feel like that would, like, he's a star in the sport, but I feel like that fight on pay-per-view main event would launch him way further, than he's ever been as a commodity. Yeah, and champ. Like, I get goosebumps, man, when I hear fighters chasing after those types of things, man. I like that. I like to see fighters do that.
And he's the kind of guy that is like, he's the kind of guy that would do something like that. I feel like that's an incredibly strong possibility that we see that by the end of the year. Champ. Sign
he's
me
right
up.
now he's doing this like media tour in the US, right? So I'm believing, this is my thoughts, is like he's doing this media tour and there's a purpose behind this whole media tour. It's not like he's doing it for shits and giggles, right? He's doing this for a purpose to get the fight that he wants. I mean, I think he's deserved it now, to where he's beaten, and defended the title this many times, to where he can kind of go out there and demand some things. You know what I mean? I'm not saying not in the media, but in the boardroom, so to say, in the negotiations, and and doing this media is going to help him, I believe. I think it's going to be an interesting year for Volkanovski this year. You know what I mean?
Champ, this is incredibly smart business from the champ.
Mm-hmm.
Champ, you get every person that clicks and pays their money to see you fight.
Mm-hmm.
You get $1 or a couple of dollars. You know what I mean? So it's good business to go out there and to do a media tour and get more people paying attention to you, get more people interested in your story and who you are as a fighter, and get that level of understanding. So the next time that you fight, they're more inclined to click and you get more money. It's just good business to go on a media tour as a guy that's going to be a champion and gets money from the people clicking on eyeballs. Me, no pay-per-views, no media tour. I go home. I get paid
I
to show up
guess
for work. And that's it. I'm gonna go home after.
the media tour thing is it's a rare thing in MMA right now, right? There's only a few fighters that do it, that probably has the management companies that are capable to kind of put it together, or or whatnot, whatever. But he's doing it, and I think it's very smart. And as other fighters coming up to see what's going on with like Volkanovski, it's and even your teammate Adesanya, they can learn a lot from what's going on, and being at the top, and staying at the top, and getting the fights that you need and the money that you want and all of that good stuff. Axe flips it on us. What if it's Oliveira that wins? Then I say Volkanovski fights Oliveira. I like that fight too. I think that's an interesting fight. I think the Ortega fight was a great fight to kind of like set him up to fight um, Oliveira, even though Oliveira's a much better fighter than Ortega. But I think it was a great experience for Volkanovski to take in and fight Oliveira. What do you think about the Oliveira fight? Oliveira is just a guy that I think a lot of people just don't understand. Like, what did he
Well,
do?
that's a pretty similar, yeah. Like you're saying, like that. What if it's Oliveira? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to hear you say it, X. This is how I'm gonna say it. What if it's Oliveira? He just beat two guys that fight like Oliveira, like tall in their stance, will strike
Yeah.
with you and take them down. They're incredible off their backs with their jiu-jitsu. He just beat Brian Ortega. He just beat Korean Zombie in the dominant fashion, and he has a very similar style. It's not like Charles Oliveira is the biggest 55er in the world. The guy's made 45 a bunch of times. I would say that they step in there at 55, or they step on the scale at 55. Volk weighs more than Oliveira when they step in the ring. Like I would, I would put money on that as a bet. Like the guy he's thick. He's thick.
Yeah,
That's an
he's a thick
incredibly
boy.
winnable fight, regardless if it's Gaethje or Oliveira. I would like to see Volk challenge for that title before the end of the year.
Yeah,
Champ, champ,
that's
champ,
a fun one.
champ.